Welcome back to News to Me. Around the country this Memorial Day weekend, families are gathering for their parties, their cookouts, a day by the pool. But we cannot forget the true meaning of it all, to honor and remember the troops who died in the service of our country.
So many names, so many faces, but each and every one had a story. Each one left behind a family that loved them. Some of their stories are being told at CNN.com in a special report. Today, we bring you one. His name is Sergeant Major Jeffrey McClochlin. He was killed in Afghanistan, and his wife and children want you to know he was their hero.
The last 3 days before he was killed, he was able to call, and the last thing I remember him saying to me was that he loved me, and to give the kids a kiss for him and tell them that he loved them, and he would be home before we knew it. I begged him just to do his job and not be a hero, just to do his job and come home. But I knew deep down that he couldn't do that, because that just wasn't who he was. Three soldiers, one of them being a good friend of my husband's, came to my home to give me the news, and it was an absolute nightmare. You don't believe it at all. It's just your worst nightmare. I don't know how else to explain it. You don't sleep for days. You don't want to believe it. And you're just, your mind goes to a place where you're just completely numb, just floating above yourself.
You guys be brave, help take care of Mommy, okay?
He loved playing with the kids. He was the life of the party. He drove Connor to school every morning and would go to school and play dodgeball on Fridays with Connor and his friends. He would go to Darby's football games and cheer him on. And he wanted to watch his little girl grow up and have tea parties and play Barbies and whatever she wanted to do. The kids were really used to having a father. And it was hard for them to let him go. The youngest two aren't coping very well. Our son was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress and doesn't want to go to school anymore. And our 5-year-old daughter wants her daddy back. And as a mother, it's heart-wrenching to not be able to give them what they want and what I want as well. If I could say anything to him today, one last thing, I would thank him for the best 11 years of my life and for our children. And tell him that it's okay and that I'm not mad. And I would thank him for my freedom and promise him to never take my freedom for granted again.